when you talk about loyalty is changed. I would not meaning I will correct myself. It's not dead, but it's changing, right? It's still
Yeah, yeah.
metamorphing into something we don't know. The good old practices of CLV, customer lifetime value, which measured the loyalty and all of that.
Oh,
Those
yes.
practices are still metamorphizing into many different things today, right?
Yes.
But when you look at branding, when you look at loyalty, and then you look at the human aspect, or you look at the authenticity, or bringing that empathy towards your aspect. Now, when you bring this trifactor piece together, in your point, or in your what when you see today, brands, and when you see companies who are trying to do their stuff, what is that one tip or one piece, like you gave a lot of that, being human? Is that the only piece? Because at the end of the day, yaar, unko bechna bhi hai to hai unka product, right? Like in your space, right? If you have to sell
Yeah,
your
yeah,
cake, right, you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
bring that product out. You can't just be talking about, but you gave a story, okay, like a nephew wanted a Spider-Man cake, right? So, but how do you bring that product also a star, right, in that aspect?
See, loyalty is diminishing for sure. And the second, one of the best ways to figure it out is the Forbes or the Fortune 500 lists.
Hmm.
Back in 1930s, the lifespan of a brand was 90 years. That's
Hmm.
loyalty.
Yeah.
1950s, it became 61 years. Today, it's 18 years to 12 years. So a brand's life cycle has
Wow.
reduced. So
Okay.
I am using and disposing brands. So humans today are living longer than brands.
Hmm.
So in my lifetime, I would see a brand come and go. Uh, Brands today are being created at the fastest pace ever possible. And almost for free, thanks to the social media, thanks to the internet. Brands are being created, brands are being killed.
Yeah.
So that's the best test. That's the best way to prove that there is nothing like loyalty. Either you innovate or you die, and you will see it in your lifetime. Brands will come and they'll shoot up and then they will just disappear.
No, we've seen many of them,
Yes.
unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, I'm using that word, which had a lot of
Yes.
hype, had a lot of promise also.
Yes.
Good promise.
Yes.
They didn't survive for whatever
No, you may
reasons.
do everything right, Anis, and still you may not survive because of something beyond your control. Because today, it used to be profits, which was the bottom line
Yes.
for any brand.
Yeah.
Today that's changed. There's the 3P bottom line.
Yeah.
So it's profit, people, and planet.
Hmm.
You have to take care of not just your profits. That's of course bechna to hai. You
Right.
have to sell your product. Why else do you exist?
Yeah.
You have to find different ways to sell it
Yeah.
because the audience is changing, the distribution system is changing, the way you reach the audience is changing. I can reach my audience bypassing everybody. I
Yes.
just have to put it on my social media.
Yeah.
uh, I have to take care of people because people, not just my consumers, but people within my organization.
Agreed.
So, which is where, ethics comes to play a very big role.
Yep.
If you are an ethical organization, your people are happy. If your people are happy, they don't leave you. If they don't leave you, you survive longer than others. So, you take care of profits, you take care of people, you have to take care of your planet.
Yeah.
In consumer, boycott has become a thing.
Yes.
It's not new. Back in the 1700s, in England, there was a boycott for sugar,
Hmm.
which was being made by slaves. And they said boycott it or stop slavery. They didn't stop it. Sales of sugar fell by almost 50%.
Wow.
So from that day to today,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it only increased.
Yes.
So as a business person, these three are inevitable. You don't have a choice. You have to take care of the three. So if you feel the planet is being harmed and your profits are going to suffer, you have to take care. You have to decide what you want to do. Otherwise, this consumer will reject you because he's not short of options. Brands are coming and going at an insane speed right now.
Yes.
And the rules of selling, of course, are there. Your product has to be good.
Yes.
That's the first thing. But then you as a company have to be good because what has happened is I, as a marketer today, thanks to the AI tools, can get immense information about my consumer, right? So I get my data, I make my advertising strategy. But the reverse is also true. the consumer is getting immense amount of information about me.
Yes.
And if it does not match him, if it does not match what he stands for, he's going to boycott. And this generation alpha has grown up differently. They
Yeah.
have grown up in a world where they've seen this happen.
Yeah.
So they will do it at the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, take care of your three P's and take care of your consumers. They are watching you and you are watching them. So
Yeah.
it's the game is like that. So
I hope you enjoyed this clip from my podcast series called Masters Decoded. The intention of bringing these clips to you is to allow you to understand some key moments of the conversations I've had with my guest. I would recommend and highly encourage you to listen to the entire podcast, which you can find the link to the podcast in the description below. I look forward to you subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of all the future clips which we keep releasing every week on this channel.